Put coffee in eggs and see what happens. Friends, I'm going to start our recipe by putting 3 eggs here in the blender. I will also put a tablespoon of instant coffee. For those who love coffee, this recipe is wonderful. If you like it, comment below. I love coffee. Now I'm putting here 395 grams of condensed milk. This recipe is very easy, with few ingredients, and I'm sure everyone will love it. I will also put 200 milliliters of whole milk. And finally I'm going to add a tablespoon of vanilla essence, which will give a special touch to our recipe. This recipe will be very delicious. Now just cover the blender and mix everything very well. While we mix our ingredients in the blender, I'm going to prepare the syrup. Here in a mold with a hole in the middle I put a cup of sugar. I'm going to spread the sugar all over the pan and wait for it to melt over low heat. All our sugar has already melted here, so I'm going to add water little by little and keep stirring until it melts again and there's a very liquid syrup. Friends, our caramel is already at the ideal point. See how wonderful it is. Now I'm going to turn off the heat. With the help of the spatula I'm going to spread the caramel on all sides of the mold in this way, always being very careful because the mold is hot. We already mixed our ingredients here in the blender and look how wonderful it turned out. Now just take our mold with the caramel that we just prepared and pour our coffee mixture over the caramel. You can't imagine how delicious this recipe is going to be. I'm sure you're going to love the final result. Now I'm going to take a piece of aluminum foil and I'm going to cover our mold like this and leave it well sealed on all sides. And don't forget to leave below the country or city where you watch us so I know how far this recipe will go. Also tell me which recipe you would like to see here on our page. Now I'm going to use another larger mold here and I'm going to place our mold with our recipe inside the larger mold, like this. And now I'm going to add hot water inside the larger mold so we can cook in a bain-marie. Here I'm going to put a little alcohol vinegar in the water so as not to darken our mold. So just put it in the oven at 180 degrees for an hour. Friends, our coffee pudding is ready and look how wonderful it turned out. I'm sure you've never experienced anything like it. Now I'm going to unmold our pudding. It's very easy, remembering that after our pudding baked I left it in the fridge until it cooled down completely. Now let's see the result of this pudding. I'm going to pull the pan up. My God! Look how beautiful our coffee pudding turned out. The smell of coffee is wonderful and my mouth is watering to try it, so I'm going to grab a piece here. Look how creamy it was and the syrup was beautiful, shiny and wonderful. The best time has come. It's time to try our recipe. Look at the creaminess. My God! It was very delicious and perfect. Make it at your house.